Honorable Chairman of the Board of Governors, President of the African Development Bank Group, colleagues, governors, members of the Board of Executive Directors, Your Excellencies, members of the Diplomatic Corps, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen. Let me first convey my sincere gratitudes to the government and the people of the Republic of Cote d'Ivoire for the warm reception and generous hospitality that has been accorded to my delegation since our arrival in this beautiful country. Let me express my profound thanks and appreciation to His Excellency Dr. Donald Kaberuka, President of the ADB Group, management and staff for the high standards they have maintained in the overall bank operations. The theme of this meeting, Africa and the New Global Landscape, is appropriate for all of us to reflect on the direction we are taking as a continent and as individual countries. Kenya's Vision 2030 is our blueprint to guide the country to achievement of middle income status and to provide a high quality of life for all Kenyans. We're implementing this vision via the medium-term plans. We had already completed the first medium-term plan of 2008 to 2012, and now we have embarked on the medium-term plan 2, which covers up to from 2013 to 2017. We are gratified to note that the bank has premised its country strategy paper for 2014 to 2017 around Kenya's major priority of infrastructure development, that's in the area of energy, roads and water, and also on skill development. This is a testimony of our cooperation with the bank, which started its operations in 1967 and has worked with us in the strategic development of our country. To date, the bank has made commitments amounting to UA 2.8 billion, or equivalent to 270 billion Kenya shillings in support of our development agenda. The African Development Bank has also supported projects in the region. Mr. Chairman, the macroeconomic stability is of great importance. Our macroeconomic performance, on the macroeconomic performance, Kenya has continued to follow the path of sound macroeconomic and fiscal management in the face of increased spending resulting from the decentralization of the government structures to 47 counties. Last year, we registered real GDP growth of 5.3, despite the many challenges that we face as a country. Generally, inflation, interest rates, and exchange rate has remained broadly stable. Our debt continues to remain sustainable due to this prudent fiscal management. In the medium term, we are looking at growth to remain favorable, and we are estimating to grow at around 6.5% to 7% in the medium term. We have had fruitful engagement with the IMF, and in February this year, the IMF board approved a precautionary facility known as the standby arrangement, and of an amount amounting to about $700 million to be accessed only in the event of a shock. I also want to mention that in Kenya, we have rebased our GDP. The results indicate that GDP has expanded by 25%, and this has put us in the category of lower middle income countries. Our GDP now is in the tune of about $55 billion and the per capita GDP is $12.46. On security situation, Kenya has experienced challenges, especially on terrorism threats and recent attacks in Westgate Mall and also the Garissa University were some of the recent attacks. The security situation has impacted negatively on our tourism and has largely affected our growth performance. As a country, we are putting measures in place to ensure that we modernize our security to deal with these emerging challenges. In the next budget, we have provided adequate resources to ensure that we modernize our security operators to deal with this new emerging challenge. We also put resources to ensure that our tourism sector recovers. Mr. Chairman, on our bank portfolio, I want to mention that we have cumulatively been rated, we have achieved disbursement rate of about 47.3%, and we have been rated generally satisfactory. The bank has financed 25 ongoing public sector operations worth 1.3 billion UA, and 17 national and 25 national, sorry. The sector distribution of public sector operations is as follows. Transport continue to receive the bulk of the support, around 44%, energy, 26%, water and sanitation, 19%, agriculture, 4%, and then human capital development, 6%. Energy continues to be very key, and the bank has played a very active role in financing our generation and transmission lines in our effort to achieve the 5,000 plus megawatts by 2018. On the regional front, the bank is financing the Voi Taveta Olili Arusha Road and the Marsabit Turubi Moyale Road linking Kenya to Tanzania and to Ethiopia respectively. These projects, when complete, will drastically increase interregional trade. We are also on course in preparation for road links to eastern Uganda and northern Tanzania. Mr. Chairman, Kenya, like other African countries, requires substantial external support in order to combat poverty. That's consistent with the 2003 Rome Declaration on Urbanization and reaffirmed in Paris Declaration endorsed in March 2005. The developed countries should endeavor to meet their pledge to increase the quality and quantity of ODA to Africa. We particularly stress the need for greater predictability of donor funding and also making aid effective a high priority. We also welcome the recent introduction of the ADB window to many of our countries, and we hope as a country we should start accessing that window. The bank, on its part, has played an increasing role in integrating African economies and strengthening cooperation among regional countries. We particularly applaud the bank's effort in pursuit of regional infrastructure development and water supply and sanitation initiative within the NEPAD framework. We also appreciate the bank's role in securing other instruments to finance infrastructure. It will be therefore important to have a clear roadmap on the Africa 50 initiative and the Africa Growing Together Fund, which was signed with the government of China last year. Mr. Chairman, I would like to conclude by restating my government's appreciation for the good relations with the bank. I wish to assure you of our commitment to pursue prudent macroeconomic management for the betterment of the people of Kenya, and once again thank the ADB Group President and the ADB Board of Directors for their continued support extended to Kenya. Lastly, I would like to pay tribute to Dr. Donald Keberuka for steering the bank to greater heights in terms of responding to our development needs. We expect the incoming president to fit to his large shoes and, of course, take the bank to the next level. I thank you.